So a few years on from those posts, in 2018, you posted an article on LinkedIn which shared Jeff Bezos' view on work-life balance. Now, you agreed with Jeff's perspective and added your thoughts to this, and you wrote that when our work brings purpose and meaning, it's not about balancing, rather it's about work-life integration, so that we can do the things that we love and that we can love the things that we do. So I agree, but for the people that are watching and listening, can you tell us a little bit more about why work-life balance is not the answer, but work-life integration is a better way of doing it?
Yeah, so you're digging right into the archives. But I still believe this, and I think before jumping into that, I listened to a really interesting TED Talk this morning, actually, on this very thing that, every day you're morphing and becoming a slightly different person, and your opinions are changing. At a cell level, you're obviously changing, but also like at a mental state, you are changing over time.
Every few years, your body and your brain is like a completely different, like literally. Yeah. In every single way. So, to say to somebody you've changed, yeah. It's 100% true. They have changed, like literally.
Totally. And some of the stuff that I guess you're probably going to dig up, some of it I'm not going to agree with anymore. But in this particular case, I still do, and I hope my future self will as well. Where what I mean by this, I guess, is like I've seen so many people who go to work 9 till 5, 9 till 6, whatever it is, and work is means to an end for them, and I don't believe that is the way to live. Now, I know that's a very privileged thing to say, and what I mean by we just spend so much time at work, man. Yeah. And I personally don't want to go to work. I don't want to feel like I have work. I want to feel like I'm working towards something bigger than myself, that I am going to add value to a whole bunch of people, and I'm going to do it with other great people, and collectively, the what's that saying around, the 1 + 1 is not equal to, it's like 1 + 1 is 4 in those scenarios. Yeah. That's the stuff that I want to do. To do that, you can't have work-life balance, I don't think. I think you end up having like a work-life integration. that I'm working on a very exciting project that I can't talk about just yet. Top secret. And as part of that, some of the times of some of the calls that we do with various people, like tomorrow, my day's going to start at 7 a.m. It's going to finish at about 10 p.m. Is that work-life balance? No way. But what I'm able to do amongst that is I like to exercise. I'm going to exercise in the middle of the day. I might take some downtime for a walk in the middle of the day as well. And that allows me to integrate the work with still achieving the stuff that I want to in my personal life. And if I took the approach of work-life balance, would I do that or pick up this exciting project? Probably not, because I'd be like, well, no, it's invading my mornings and my evenings.
Sure.
But in this case, no, I can still have my personal time by integrating what I need to do from a work perspective. And the other thing is, I think you can have work-life integration when you love what you do, so you don't actually feel like you're working. It's just an exciting thing to be working on. Yeah.
No, I'm with you. I work out and exercise with my wife, and it's work. We're working on something, but we're doing it together. It's balance. She's involved in the business and helping me do stuff, so it's not like there's a separation for me either. And I find that if there was a separation, I would start to dislike the work a little bit more because it wouldn't feel like play. It would feel like a chore, if that makes sense. What about the people that disagree with me and you and think like that kind of saying promotes like a toxic hustle culture sort of thing where you're always on and you never switch off? Yeah. What would you say to people that have that opinion?
I think there are the opposite argument is I think equally valid for a lot of people, and I'd even say probably my wife is more of a hey, try not to bring work home, and she still enjoys what she does, but she likes to time box her stuff. And I think people are different, and people want different things out of life, and that's completely cool. I would say that one thing about having this work-life integration from a personality type is I struggle to sit still.
Yeah.
I try to be as present as I can be when I'm at doing various things. But if I go away on a holiday for a month, like 18 months ago, I took 6 months off, and my wife and I, we travelled around. We did 4.5 months of bumming around the Mediterranean, going to each beach that we could.
Yeah.
And at about the 3-month mark, I was just so itchy to get my hands on a project with other people that was just going to be too hard of a thing for me to do by myself.
Yeah.
That's my personality, so I want to be doing this stuff. And I think if equally you might be someone who has a different approach and a different desire of what you want out of life. And I think that's probably the most important thing, is figuring out what it is you want from life itself. To work in, like, okay, how do you want your work to reflect this? Your personal life, is it something you want to like mesh together, which is what I've done. But for a lot of other people, they might want to keep that completely separate, and I think that's cool. It's up to the individual to decide on what it is they want.